A drug dealer who shot and killed a man with an illegally held sawn-off shotgun during a Taxon-type burglary at his address has been given a life sentence for murder. Adrian Frost fatally wounded 26-year-old Connor Batty when he shot him in the chest from the top of his staircase at his home in Barnsley Road, Hemsworth, on the night of the 11th of September last year. Batty had been holding an imitation handgun when he broke into the property along with two other men, armed with a pickaxe handle and garden shears, in a burglary targeting the cannabis grow. Frost, 61, was convicted of his murder following a unanimous verdict by the jury at his trial, which concluded at Leeds Crown Court, and he was sentenced to life with a minimum term of 27 years. In police interviews, Frost told officers he had slipped and the shotgun had been discharged accidentally, but at court he admitted lying about this and claimed he had been terrified and acted in self-defense. When his phone was downloaded, officers found a message he had sent to his brother with a picture of Batty lying fatally wounded and a comment that he had done it. He was also recorded on his home CCTV making a phone call to his brother in the immediate aftermath, and at one point during the call was heard laughing and commenting, "Do you want an aspirin, mate?" about Batty. When officers searched the address, they found the sawn-off shotgun Frost had used and an array of other weapons throughout the house, including a legally high-powered air rifle, a samurai sword, machetes, knuckle dusters, and incapacitant spray, which is classed as a prohibited weapon under firearms laws. They also found a sophisticated cannabis-grown setup on the top floor. CCTV footage showed Frost in his dining room immediately after the shooting, holding the sawn-off shotgun with a bandolier of shotgun cartridges around his neck and cartridges in his mouth. Batty's accomplices were jailed in May this year for their involvement in the burglary. Frost had previously pleaded guilty to possession of the sawn-off shotgun, production of cannabis, supplying cannabis, possession of an incapacitant spray, and abstraction of electricity. Senior Investigating Officer, Temporary Detective Superintendent Matt Holdsworth said, "This is not a case of an ordinary member of the public defending his home in the heat of the moment, using force that is disproportionate. The law caters for these circumstances. He was a drug dealer who had illegally held sawn-off shotgun and ammunition immediately to hand to defend his criminal enterprise. He used deadly force without justification, and it is right that he has been prosecuted and held responsible for killing Connor Batley." His accomplices were subsequently identified by police inquiries and arrested. They were sentenced to the following: Lewis Bromley, 26, of Rose Avenue, Darfield, Barnsley, and Dylan Kelly, 24, of Loxley Gardens, Birdwell, Barnsley, pleaded guilty to conspiracy to commit burglary, possession of an imitation firearm while committing burglary, and possession of an offensive weapon in relation to a pickaxe handle. Bromley was sentenced to a total of 4 years and 6 months in prison, and Kelly to 4 years and 4 months. Connor Turner, 29, of Schofield Road, Darfield, Barnsley, pleaded guilty to conspiracy to commit burglary and possession of an offensive weapon in relation to a pickaxe handle. He was found not guilty of possession of an imitation firearm while committing burglary. He was sentenced to a total of 3 years imprisonment. Senior Investigating Officer, Temporary Detective Superintendent Matt Holdsworth said, although Connor Batty was committing an aggravated burglary targeting Frost's cannabis-grown setup and illicit wealth, and would have received a similar custodial sentence to his associate had he survived, he did not deserve to lose his life. Frost made no attempt to contact the police, and when he retreated inside his home and chose to arm himself with a gun and lay in wait before using a level of force that was grossly disproportionate. This is not a case of an ordinary member of the public defending his home in the heat of the moment, using force that is disproportionate. The law caters for these circumstances. He was a drug dealer who had a legally held sawn-off shotgun and ammunition immediately to hand to defend his criminal enterprise. He used deadly force without justification, and it is right that he has been prosecuted and held responsible for killing Conor Batty. The jury has given full consideration to the circumstances and found him guilty of murder. Conor's family are innocent parties in this tragic situation, and our thoughts are with them as they continue to come to terms with their loss, they added. Please like this video, please comment, and don't forget to subscribe. Thank you.